This is huge for the Roblox community. This is crazy. For the anime Roblox community, you have to play the game. Oh my God. When I first logged into this game, I thought it was another really bad anime tower defense like Last Stand, Vanguards, AAA, or whatever, where you just macro through the whole game. In this game, Anime Saga expects you to press buttons and dodge attacks and react. Wild, I know. And honestly, I don't even blame tower defense players. Most of them have been conditioned to macro everything because the grind is usually so mind-numbing and bad that playing the game is the worst part of the experience. So now we have like this weird Stockholm syndrome effect where a game asks them to play and they don't want to. But why play a game if you're not gonna play the game? Shoot, even a game like Forsaken, which I still think is personally pretty bad, still has players who enjoy playing it. So much, in fact, there's a bunch of roleplay games for the little ones that play it. Meanwhile, Roblox tower defense games are just who has the better macro, and that's it. Okay, now that we got that out of my system, let's talk about Anime Saga. This is what this video is about. It's bad. It is bad, but it's not that bad. It's a fresh air of badness. So let's talk about it. The animations, they're actually really good. Even the rare units in this game have flashy, clean animations, the game runs smooth, and it feels smooth to move around and fight. And once you get past the first few missions, dodging becomes mandatory. You don't dodge, you die. Simple, and I respect that. Speaking of animations, the models for the bosses are actually really good as well.
It's the tail beast this time.
I think this is the last map then.
This is
the
the last.
last.
That is nice looking model. And animations.
It is.
It is really nice.
Not bad.
I especially like the Shukaku one. That one was really nice. And credit where it's due. All the bosses have a real, distinct, and reliable patterns. They do not just throw out moves willy-nilly. Like Smoker and Magma, for example, always do the same 3 moves every time in order, so you can learn the boss fight and adapt. What are you adapting to in tower defense games? What do you adapt to in tower defense games of the anime variety? A. Having bad traits. C. Bad luck. B. Bad units. D. All the above. If you said D, you are correct. Now, do I think the difficult scaling is good without relying on luck or traits? No, we'll get to that in a second. But then again, this is an actual game, not a reskinned AFK simulator. Well, when I mean AFK simulator, it does have an AFK room. You know, all modern Roblox games seem to have one at this point for money. But at least the gameplay isn't one with anime characters slapped on, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, let's talk about the game passes. For once, they're pretty reasonable, which is crazy to say. Like the VIP one is 300 Robux for 2x AFK rewards. Dumb, but people love it. They love doing nothing. And 20% off all summons. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's good, but the amount of gems you save in the long run is huge. And the other one, the unit one, is kinda weird, but it's only 150 Robux for more unit storage. I've seen games where you pay way more and get way less, so I can happily say, for once on the Roblox platform, that the game passes are fairly priced. So, now that we're done with the good, let's move on to the bad. Section 2, the bad stuff. Yup, they copied summons, which inherently I don't think necessarily is wrong, but they also copied traits, just like all the tower defenses. And this is where I think, because traits and tower defense are the worst part of tower defense, because they unbalance the game immediately, because now they have to balance around the traits and not just the characters. And that's just, now you have to hope that everyone has the best traits possible. It's a mess. And while it might not be too bad right now, the future might be horrible, like all the other tower defense games where traits matter more than anything. Maybe not Vanguards. I've heard it's not as much as bad in Vanguards. But in every other one besides Vanguards, even in Vanguards, it's still important to have them. So, my prediction? The game goes from fun to frustrating in just a few updates. Traits are a fun killer, I'm not gonna lie. It might be fun to roll, but I think they're an absolute fun killer and destroy any sort of challenge these games could have because they can't balance around them, so they try to balance around them, but then if you don't have them, you just get wiped, so there's no middle ground because of them. So, sure, I think a lot of people are gonna leave, but technically you can dodge everything if you're really good at the game, but it might take forever to kill anything and one mess up and you're dead. I just don't know. 2, why is there no block button? The first thing I looked in this game was a block button, and there isn't one. Some boss moves are huge, and dodging them is really inconsistent at times. My suggestion? Add a block button on F or something. Not every move needs to be blockable, no, that's dumb. But maybe if there's an attack circle that's like purple instead of red to tell you that it's blockable, I think it's fine. It would help with variety in the long run and, you know, go a long way. It's not a hard mechanic to understand or implement, it's just weird that I didn't have it. 3, this one's just funny. Yuji in this game has cleave attacks, but it's labeled as blood manipulation. I just found it funny. It's not really a flaw. It's just worth messaging that they messed that up.
They said this is blood manipulation. This is not blood manipulation, bro. That's,
What do you mean it's red?
That's
You
cleave
come
or
over here,
dismantle.
back here.
Okay, this one's a big one. There's a floor bug in the game. I don't know dispatch at this point, but this one is actually annoying. So if you fall through the floor in a mission, instead of teleporting you back up, like every game ever, Anime Saga sends you back to the lobby. This happened to my friend multiple times. We had to leave and re-queue just so we could rejoin. And it happened to me. During a boss fight, I got no progress. Please fix this. If this happened during an infinite mode run, you know how mad you would be? Players would never touch the game again. Now, my final thoughts. Anime Saga is a bad game, but it's not as bad as I expected. There is a small chance it gets better, but I'm most likely betting on the worst judging by Roblox devs' track records. Especially with the trait system already slowly creeping in. Still, I can't stress this enough. At least it's kind of fun compared to most tower defenses on this platform. At least you have to play the game and not want to commit 8 snowmans constantly. Compared to the tower defense genre, which this game pretty much copied everything but the gameplay from, which might be the most boring, grindy genre on Roblox. On Roblox. Not ever, just on Roblox. It's not that bad, like on actual tower defense games. This game isn't safe from the grind part, at least, but Anime Saga, as I said earlier, feels like a breath of stale but slightly less moldy air. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for now. Like it's Cryzeo, that's peace. It's Chase Zo, mother trucker. It's Chase Zo, snitch. Let's get some Robux tonight.